Okay, the scene shift to Oklahoma City last night. The scene shift to Oklahoma City, and the Thunder were, I guess you have to say, they were kind of in desperation mode to an extent. I mean, because they had dropped the first two games of the series to the Rockets, but at the same time, I mean, you don't want to go down 3-0, but you can't be too panicky because Houston did what they're supposed to do, which is hold court. You got to do what you got to do is hold court as well. And this time, Russell Westbrook got help from his teammates. I think Russell Westbrook scored, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think he scored 32 points. I think he had something like 13 rebounds and 11 assists. So he had the second consecutive triple-double. I think it's the seventh triple-double of his seventh playoff triple-double of his career. And like I said, he didn't have to score 51 points or 47 or 58 or whatever. During the playoffs, usually, unless you just have one of those special games and your name is not Michael Jordan or whoever, usually, you're playing against superior competition. And generally speaking, unless you have one of those special games, you can't beat a team by yourself, okay? Especially a championship team. So, in order for OKC to beat Houston, other players would have to step up. And that did happen, okay? Other players, especially other than Andre Roberson, have to step up. And that, like I said, that did occur. But the Rockets are formidable, man. They're formidable, and I'll get to that later on. They're tough because OKC, and this is something that 78 Sports TV said in his video, so I'm repeating something that he said, and it's true. As well as OKC played last night, they just barely beat the Rockets, and they would have lost if James Harden, who scored 44 points, had he made that three-pointer at the buzzer, we're talking a 3-0 hole, which the Thunder would not have overcome. Okay, this team is phenomenal. This Rockets team. I mean, they have so many different shooters. Like I told you guys, like Lou Williams, who generally comes off the bench, is a starter on other teams, okay? And they got guys, Ryan Anderson. See, Ryan Anderson had the best game of the playoffs so far for him. Well, best game of the playoffs for him. When all these guys are going, they become a team that can contend with even the Warriors. I'm not saying that they would beat the Warriors in the series, but if all these guys are going at the same time, then not even the Warriors could beat them. And what I'm saying is, if you have the Warriors performing at their normal pace, and if you have Houston just going nuts for everybody, like just shooting the basketball very well, plus James Harden, then I think not even the Warriors could beat them. Now, that's not a likely scenario, but that's how potent Houston's offense can be. James Harden, even though I think Russell Westbrook still is the MVP, I think James Harden is the second leading candidate for that award. First leading if you're a Rocket fan, I know that. Red Pill said, I know how he feels about that. But James Harden is phenomenal, man. He has a knack for getting to the foul line, which is just simply, insane, man. I think he shot 16 or 18 foul shots. I can't remember the exact total. But the guy has a knack for getting to the foul line. He's a little bit more accurate from the field than Russell Westbrook. He's a little bit better three-point shooter. Like I said, they're 1-2. Russell Westbrook, I gotta say, choked a little bit at the end of that ball game, and I didn't like the strategy that OKC had as far as fouling, you know, Houston and send them to the foul line. Like, I was looking at when I was seeing that strategy, I was looking at the percentages in my head. Russell Westbrook is about an 80% foul shooter. Harden is an upper 80s to close to 90% foul shooter. So, and Russell, sometimes, even though he's like 80%, he's a little bit more of a streaky guy. Like, he could have a game where he makes 14 out of 14 foul shots, and he might have a game where he only goes 4 of 7 from the foul line. Not that that's a big disparity, but I think he finished 10 or 14 from the foul line, so that's 71%. But he missed, like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, what? He missed 4 out of his last 10 foul shots or something like that. So that's what I was talking about. I know he was very mad at himself in the post-game interview with Lisa Salters, I think that's her name. He was very irritated that he missed those foul shots because he knew that he could have cost his team the game and potentially the series with that. So this is a hell of a series, man. Russell Westbrook, second consecutive triple-double, this time in a winning effort. James Harden led all scorers with 44 points. If it was 47, we'd be talking a whole different ball game here. But this is game 3. Game 4 is going to still be in OKC. OKC has to win this game. They have to tie the series up if they have any shot, if they want to have any shot whatsoever beating Houston. I still favor Houston to win this series. I think they just have too many weapons. Steven Adams hit, even though he only had 4 points,